I hope you guys don't mind synthetic. It's all I have right now.
Thank you, Ebony. You've been more than kind to just let us stay here. David, look at me.
What's wrong with him? He's been balled up on the floor like that since you came.
A friend of theirs died earlier tonight.
He was murdered!
Shh! David, just drink this.
What are you doing, Ran?
Hey! Those are my personal files you're bringing up.
I hope you don't mind. I have to secure your home system here and sever its connection to the global network. Incidentally, I ran into your message box a few minutes ago. The Grid Boy people have bumped up your deadline to the 4th. Your security payment is due next week, and the manufacturer has recalled your hemorrhoid medication.
Merrick, can I talk to you for a minute?
Yeah, what's the matter?
What do you mean, what's the matter? Who are these people, and why can't you all stay at your place?
It's hard to explain. Listen, I don't have it all figured out myself.
Merrick, who are they running from?
Atlanta Shock Division.
Merrick!
But they haven't done anything wrong.
Then why are they running? If they're innocent, they should turn themselves in.
If they turn themselves in, they'll be in lockdown for life, or worse.
What have you gotten yourself into?
I haven't gotten myself into anything. I'm just spending some time with them.
Is that what you call this? We're all gonna be on trial tomorrow because you want to have a friendly chat with the local terrorists.
They're nothing like that. People are just afraid of them because of what they believe.
And what is that?
I think the world's been blinded, Ebony. Everybody claims to be spiritual, whatever the drac that means, but nobody really knows anything about the spiritual world. We're all too afraid of offending each other to even talk about it.
Merrick, this is crazy. You can't talk like this.
Ebony, just listen. For years, scientists and scholars have endlessly debated conflicting theories. But when the smoke clears, both sides have learned something about the other. Knowledge has grown, technology has advanced, but when it comes to our knowledge of the spiritual world, humanity's become stagnant, learning nothing new and forgetting all that we might have known. Ebony, these men have taken up the search again.
Oh, Drac, Merrick, they're seekers.
Don't believe what you've heard.
Listen to what you're saying.
I am, Ebony, are you?
Listen to your heart, Merrick. This is not the truth.
Don't you tell me about truth. You've denied the concept your whole life. We both have.
These men are insane, made delirious by a battle they invented for a cause that doesn't exist. We've got to turn them in before they do any more harm.
Merrick, come here. I want to show you something.
Come on, Merrick. We've got to do the right thing here.
Ebony, please, you don't understand.
I understand enough. If you want to let them poison your mind, that's one thing. But I will not be seen with them when Shock Division catches up with you.
30 minutes then, please, Ebony. Just enough time for us to figure out where we go next. 30 minutes. You owe me that.
30 minutes. But I don't want any part of this. I'm going to my room. When your time is up, I'm coming out. And you'd better not be here.
Thanks, Eb.
Just be gone when I come out.
Everything okay?
She doesn't understand. I don't understand. How do you live like this, Ran? I look at you and see one of the nicest guys I've ever met. You got a smart, level head on your shoulders, and you believe in something so strongly you're willing to die for it. But when the rest of the world looks at you, they see someone that's condemning, judgmental, and out to control everybody. Not because they know you, but just because of a name you're labeled with.
Seeker. You're right, Merrick. The more public seekers have been radicals. They may believe they are doing good, but they do more to push people away from the truth than bring them closer to it.
Then how do you do it? How do you keep going when the whole world hates you?
There's no easy answer, Merrick. But it starts with turning to the only. We can talk to him now if you want.
No, I'm not quite ready for that yet.
Do you remember the dream Isaiah told you about? And how you fit into it?
Yeah, but it doesn't make any sense.
I'll be honest. I'm not sure how you'll fulfill your role in all of this, or when for that matter. But I know that you will, Merrick Scythe.
Boy, this Yesu of yours is an interesting god. He seems bent on recruiting the people that are the least qualified. So, how did you get mixed up in all this?
Well, Vince and I have known each other for, almost 10 years now. I started working for Atlantis in the development branch. Vince was the resident security and defense specialist. My staff built it, his staff protected it. Vince was chief combat trainer for the Atlantis Shock Division.
Wait a minute, you mean the...
Yep, the same men that broke in on us tonight.
So why did you leave?
We found something. Something that no one is supposed to know about. 4 years ago, Vincent showed me a file he'd run into while rewriting the data security program. The file was sent by the Shada. It went through to Claudius Falcor, the company's president. The file revealed more than just a trade relationship between Atlantis and the Shada. For several months, they had been partnered in an underground project.
Well, that doesn't make any sense. Why keep it a secret?
They didn't want any competition for what they were really working on. The sacred texts make reference to a tree that existed near the beginning of man's time on Earth. It was unique in that it displayed not just physical characteristics, but spiritual ones as well. Whoever ate of the fruit of this tree of life, if you will, would live forever. Their body and soul would both become completely indestructible.
Wait, Vince, and that thing he was fighting, we're talking about this. What do you mean indestructible?
Just that. Invulnerable. Incapable of dying. Atlantis and the Shada both believe that it still exists. And for the last 4 years, they've been secretly pooling their resources in an effort to find it.
Track.
Thankfully, the tree is hidden, and death remains to prevent the destruction of the world.
Okay, Ran, you had me up until the whole death prevents destruction thing.
Imagine a person, Merrick. Any person that would never have to worry about death. They would literally have all the time in the world to do whatever they wanted.
Okay.
Now add to that mankind's selfish nature. Even the best of men, after centuries, would give themselves over to their vices. After several billion millennia, the very concept of living and breathing for one more day would drive a man to insanity. In the end that has no end, you are left with unbridled evil in its purest form. An evil that will never die.
Wow.
Now, imagine not just one creature like that, but billions of them. An entire planet overrun by diseased minds. Each person unable to kill another, but living and breathing to inflict pain. The power of the tree will make that a reality.
And you think that's what Atlantis wants?
No. Claudius Falcor doesn't see the danger his company is dealing in. Men like him look at everything as a quest for power.
What do the Shada see? I mean, what are they getting out of this?
Well, from the beginning, it seemed unlikely this fruit would have the same effect on their physiology, so that's what we've been trying to figure out. I think I found the answer. But it's not one that bodes well for the future. Computer, 3D display. This is an image of our planet. The green spot here is the excavation site where Atlantis and the Shada are focusing their attention. The small red dots, here, here, and here, are Atlantis installations across the planet that have been kept secret from the public. Among other things, each location contains a different part of the missing texts we've dedicated our lives to recovering.
What? How?
We're not sure, but the complete texts that make up what was once known as the Book lie in the hands of the Shada.
But they're opposed to Seekers. Why are they keeping the texts? Why not destroy them?
We don't know that either. We just hold on to what Yezu once said. Earth and all the universe will eventually pass away, but my words will never pass away.
Okay, but we still don't have them. We're flying blind here.
Not quite. We've recovered just enough of the texts from other sources to make us dangerous. Case in point, we know that they don't have the tree. Magnify Sector 7. The location of the tree is thought to be in this area, which newly recovered texts refer to as Eden, but prophetic texts indicate that the tree is currently in Paradisia. At some point in the future, it will return to this planet, but for now, it's out of everyone's reach.
Tell me they need the tree to make this project work.
Sorry, Merrick. The Shada are completely aware of the tree's absence, but they have lured Atlantis into their true plot to make use of their resources.
Nicolo Vox, employee number 727-5915. Marana Forden, employee number 2940309.
Who are all these people?
They are thousands of volunteers from the ranks of Atlantis Incorporated who have signed up to donate genetic material for what they've been told will be the greatest breakthrough in medical history.
Immortality.
Exactly.
Wait, without the tree though, how do the Shada hope to follow through?
They have never needed the original tree. They hope to recreate it.
But if the tree left here so long ago, how could the Shada still know enough about it to recreate it?
Because the Shada have been on this planet with us since the beginning of mankind. The planet Shadam does not exist. Atlantis practically owns the Allied space program and provided fabricated telescans of Shadam and its 3 moons.
Oh, this is crazy. Rand, would you listen to yourself?
No, Merrick, I'm serious.
Well, then what the Drac are they?
Yezu's servants, the messengers, were able to take on physical form for a short time when they desired. It stands to reason that fallen messengers, those that now follow the Dark One, can do the same.
Demons. The Shada are demons.
That's why they haven't told Atlantis that they're making the tree instead of looking for it.
Claudius has no idea what he's dealing with.
Falcor, I don't understand why you can't see reason on this deal. The price you're asking is ridiculous.
Maybe. But if you want to stay in the game, Devin, you'll cooperate.
Your brand of cooperation will cost me everything I've built.
Not true. 80%. But make no mistake, I don't take rejection lightly.
Claudius, please. I can't go that high. Let me offer you 65.
If you don't want to do business, just say so. Don't insult me with your pathetic bargaining
Mr.
postures.
Falcor, wait.
Goodbye, Devin. I'll enjoy the acquisition of your assets. This city is mine.
Sorry to bother you, sir, but the Shaden Council is on Stream 7.
The council? What do they want?
I don't know, sir, but they wouldn't wait for your meeting to be finished.
They never do. Put them through on a secure, full environmental channel.
Right away, sir.
Claudius Falcor.
Brothers, friends, how can I be of service?
Silence your foolish banter. We have been infiltrated.
What? That's not possible. I told you from the beginning that Atlantis could provide you with the most discreet operating platform.
Nevertheless, someone knows about the garden. Someone knows about the tree.
That doesn't make any sense. I've hidden all pertinent files in the most secure locations. No one could have found any information of value.
Observe the information on your monitor.
I don't understand. That's an Atlantis-issued technician's bag. Wait, is that an employee number? Magnify. Cross-reference with employment records.
Employee number 0275913, Rand Galvanic, New Technologies Development
This
Branch.
Galvanic left the company years ago.
Perhaps as an employee, but he has returned on several occasions, it seems, as a thief.
I didn't know. I couldn't.
Seekers, Falcor. We warned you in the beginning that in order for our partnership to be maintained, you must continually assure us that they will not be a factor. We believe them to be part of an underground organization. This evening's raid effectively wiped out 60% of their number. But Rand Galvanic and others joined with him are likely still alive.
Then we'll sweep the entire city. I promise you this problem will go away.
Your promises are no longer of any value to us, Claudius Falcor. You are no longer of value to us.
No, wait.
Your assets will now be reacquired by the Council.
You can't take Atlantis. I built this company.
Irrelevant. We will take Atlantis and more. Much more.
What are you doing to me? Stop!
Alright, I don't know about you, but I'd rather not waste time here while Atlantis is funding the apocalypse.
Just a few hours with us, and already we're following you.
Rand, listen to me. Never mind. As soon as Vince returns, we gotta get to Eden. Get down!
It's Atlantis! They found us again!
Target's confirmed, men. Stick to powder and take them down!
David, look out!
Wait, Merrick, look at his eyes, and the light around him. He's being protected.
We're tagging him, sir, but he's not going down. This field is stopping everything we've got.
You still have 2 viable targets. Move in. We'll take out the freak later.
Frez, Ebony's still here. She'll be killed!
No, she won't. I'll get her out of here.
Rand, wait, stay down! Rand!
Ooh, scan that. Took his left arm clean off.
You guys are better. Better call for mop-up.
Rand? Rand? Oh man, this is not happening.
Get David. And run. Stop them. Use the blade. And stop.
What happened here? Oh no, what did I do?
David!
Still have fun figuring that out at the lab.
What the friz? He's just a kid!
Good work, gentlemen.
Mr. Falcor, thank you for coming.
Thank you for calling, my dear. You did the right thing. Men, if you would kindly prepare Mr. Galvanic and the boy for travel. Mr. Vendarius has been scheduled for debriefing. Merrick, I hope you'll come peacefully.
Friz, you Claudius, you can't kill me. Fire away!
Yes, I'm aware of that. But who said anything about killing you?
Oh, Drac.
Nighty-night.
Don't worry, Merrick.
We'll wake you up with a good pot. Get him ready. The transport is waiting.
You and your kind are running out of time here, demon.
We don't need much more, boy. You mortals are so fragile on this plane. A few well-placed strikes and you lose your cohesion. You'll be seeing Isaiah again sooner than you thought, I'll wager.
Wager all you want, Neffy. It's not gonna happen.
Give him, Vincent. I know you're in pain right now. If we don't stop this soon, you'll evaporate. You know better than anyone that the battle you fight cannot be won.
No, not by us. But the battle belongs to Yesu.
Give me the sword! No! You must, Vincent! You know it should be mine. Oh, I can feel its power from here.
Oh yeah? Well, tell me what this feels like.
Your skill is remarkable. I admit I have never been wounded so deeply. Yet it would still appear that the Spirit Blade is not all it has been reported to be.
I never said it was the Spirit Blade. My sword. You're pulling it in.
Into my body for safekeeping.
You're a monster. It should be killing you. Get your hands off me, you filthy...
I'm disappointed, Vincent. I'd heard such promising things. But you still limit your perception of this place to what you've grown accustomed to in the physical world. And until you conquered that obstacle, you are of no use to me.
Okie dokie. I'll put it on my to-do list.
Look at you. You're a mess. Without the sword, you're nothing. You claim to put your trust in Yesu, but when it really comes down to it, you rely on your weapons, don't you? Your skills. The rest of the Liberation knew how little faith you really have. It even sickens me. Imagine what they'd think.
What are you doing? Put me down.
Are you crazy? This is the best part. Okay, victim beaten and battered. Check. Hoisted onto wooden cross. Check. Crown of thorns. No, it's been done. And the joke wouldn't be as funny here, but we've got to have something to hold you up there, don't we? Not bad, not bad. Sorry, I'm kind of winging it here. This is my first crucifixion, and it still doesn't quite have the theatrics I'm looking for. So what if, now just hear me out, what if the nails were on fire, huh? There we go, much better. This really is an art form, isn't it? And while I'd love to stay and watch you cook for a bit, my host, my dear Claudius, is dead now, and controlling his body forces me to divide my attention. I'm afraid it's time we must part our ways. You to go and be with God, and I to go and become Him. Goodbye.
Where am I? Wait a minute, I've been here before. It's the spirit world. Hi. What the drac? Don't be afraid. You're not dead and you're not crazy. Not crazy? I'm talking to myself. Your mind is only doing you a favor. To look on my true form would be more than you could bear. Who are you? Your father? Your friend? I'd like to be your closest friend, but you seem to be running from me. No, I'm just confused. I've been hearing so much crazy stuff lately, and connecting the dots, it's starting to make sense, but I just want to know the truth. The truth. That's my specialty. Well, one of them. Have a seat and let's talk for a bit. And maybe in a more familiar environment. Whoa. Hey, this is the park I used to walk to all the time. Well, not really. But I want you to feel comfortable. So, are we in the real world or the spirit world? Merrick, the spirit world is the real world. But to answer your question, this is just a facsimile of the park you used to visit. Here, sit down. The bench! You even got the bench I would sit on to write. I guess you know all that. Where would you like to begin? Good question. I mean, how often do you get this opportunity, right? Well, how can I know you're real? I mean, how can I know this isn't all some dream? Well, you won't like starting out with this answer, but you'll just have to take that on faith. Well, you have to admit that's a pretty tall order. I mean, look at the world. Nobody's buying into you anymore. Merrick, relax. Regardless of how things look now, I am in control. In the end, all who oppose me will be struck down. They'll acknowledge my sovereignty. They'll embrace me. Besides, you'd be surprised how many followers I have. In fact, most follow me of their own accord without even knowing it. Even those who don't know I exist. Really? Really. I have agents active all over the world, even now. All is not lost, Merrick. My army of souls will win this war for me. The enemy has been too powerful for too long. That all ends starting tonight, Merrick. Starting with you. Me? What am I supposed to do?
You've been chosen, Merrick. You have a potential not seen on Earth since the ancient prophets. But the enemy wants to use that. He wants to use you to further his agenda, just as he's used me as the scapegoat for every mistake he ever made. Only he's made the mistake this time, Merrick. He should have killed me thousands of years ago. He should have killed me before Eden. But the fools let me turn my fall from his graces into victory over all creation. And you're the key to the end of it all.
Wait a minute. You're him, aren't you?
My dear boy, who did you think you were talking to? Oh, no. Thank you, I do try. And before long, who knows, huh?
Frizz, I gotta get out of here.
Merrick, please. I've made arrangements to have your undivided attention for the time being. So why not have a seat and hear me out?
You're doing this, all of it. The Shada, the Eden Project, everything. It's all just some big game to you, isn't it?
The greatest game in all the universe! And the stakes are eternal. Stay with me, Merrick.
No.
Do as your father says, boy.
You're not my father.
You've got a lot more in common with me than with my enemy.
What a load of drat.
You deny then that you have ever lied, hated, or lusted in your life? You've never been selfish, putting your desires above the desires of others?
Don't be stupid. Everyone's done something they're not proud of.
Wrong. The golden boy hasn't. My enemy's son never did a jagged thing to disappoint his pa. And that's the comparison. That's what you've got to live up to. Perfection.
Unless you trust Yesu.
Ooh, someone's been getting educated. But stop and use your brain for a second. Does it make any sense that someone that's been screwing up their whole life, selfishly pursuing fame and recognition, could just say, okie dokie to God and everything will be all right?
Well,
where's the justice? Who's gonna make up for all the times you screwed up?
Well,
Who's gonna get punished for all the times you hurt someone else? When your time comes to die, you'll be as inadequate as everyone else. But stick with me, Merrick Sight, and we can win this war. After that, you won't have to answer to anybody or anything.
Imagine a person, Merrick. Any person that would never have to worry about death.
Everyone will be able to do whatever they want.
They would literally have all the time in the world to do whatever they want.
Mankind will take its rightful place as rulers.
Even the best of men, after centuries, would give themselves over to their vices.
The universe will be yours forever.
You are left with unbridled evil in its purest form. An evil that will never die.
Freedom, Merrick.
Freedom? Don't you get it? That kind of freedom is what's wrong with us. That kind of freedom rapes and kills. It raises children in abusive homes. We unleash our freedom on each other every day with every insensitive, prideful, selfish thing we say that we are completely unaware of. And the pain that comes out of it is the cost. Pain. Pain inflicted on each other. Pain inflicted on ourselves. That's the price of humanity's freedom.
Merrick, you all have the power within you to rise up, to move beyond your weaknesses. I have a great deal of faith in the human spirit.
We've been on this planet for thousands of years, at least. We've only gotten worse.
And you think a dictator will solve your problems?
Not a human dictator, but if there is such a thing as a perfect being, if this Yesu...
You dare invoke his name in my presence. Fine then. I continue the game without you. And instead of choosing victory, you have sealed your fate as one among the lost.
Oh, Track.
Eden 1, this is Falcor 3. 5 west at 3000. Request Tigress 1 visual approach.
Roger, Falcor 3 radar contact clear, Tigress 1 visual.
Mr. Falcor, welcome. We've been anxiously awaiting your visit.
Dr. West, I trust I'll find everything in order here.
Absolutely, sir. I've rechecked all the major systems myself. Stasis tanks. And 3 of them, no less. May I ask what we're bringing in today?
Seekers. A boy and 2 men. There's something unusual about each of them, however. These are the files we have on them so far. Take Mr. Vindarius to the cryo chamber. I want the other 2 down in R&D. Start tracking their energy patterns, and I'll be in to check on them shortly. Is the council assembled?
As you requested, sir. In the inner chamber.
Good. The opposition has been eliminated. They will trouble us no more. I have seen to each of them personally.
What else have you to report?
I have the scythe in our custody.
You have brought him here?
He has not yet turned. He still sides with us, though he doesn't know it. And while he does, he is of incredible value.
And should he turn, you know he can't be killed.
Of course, but we have both the scythe and his companions in stasis tanks now. If Merrick doesn't prove useful, we'll keep him frozen, but alive until the end of time.
Clearly, the Omni should have planned ahead for such an eventuality.
His lack of foresight will be his downfall.
Jesus, I failed you. I'm sorry I was afraid. Forgive me. Take me home.
Not yet, Vincent. He still has plans for you in this life.
Who's that? Isaiah?
The scattered forces of the Liberation have been petitioning the Only on your behalf, and he has heard their voices. Your time here is far from over. Let the power of his spirit flow into you again. Be strengthened by your belief in him.
Isaiah, I was almost... Why did the Only do this? What does he want me to do?
Here, take your blade, get up and follow me. We've got work to do, and you should see the truth behind the lies.
How are they doing?
Well, the boy is deep in stasis, but is well within the safety limits. It's Rand Galvanic that concerns me, Doctor.
Bring up his most recent scan and let me have a look.
You can see that he recently lost his right arm as well as 40% of his remaining tissue.
Wait a minute. Isolate circulatory system. This one is clever. He's implanted himself with a nanomed unit.
Those are still in development. How did
He designed it himself, I imagine. A few years ago, this man was the best and brightest in the new tech branch of Atlantis.
And now he's a seeker?
A shame, isn't it? Imagine what Rand Galvanic could have given the world. Look at the detail he's put into these nanites. Auto-implementation, self-guiding artificial intelligence. Just look at how quickly his arm is regenerating.
Amazing! Wait a minute. I'm not picking up biological readings on his regenerating tissue. He's using some kind of dense metallic fiber.
That's strange. He shouldn't have the raw material needed for that level of reconstruction unless... Freezing Drac! He's stripping down the stasis tank, using it for spare parts.
Sir, he's just administered adrenaline to himself. He's waking up.
Shut it down! If he completes construction, that cybernetic arm will be able to rip right through the tank.
I can't shut it down, sir. His nanites are broadcasting a kill signal. He's taking control.
Clear the room. Alert Mr. Falcor that we have a situation.
He's locked us in, sir. Outgoing lines have been shut down. What is that?
The intruder defense system. It's powering up for a pulse wave. He's going to...
Well, that's gotta be the best system I ever designed. David, hang on. I'll have you out in a second. David, are you all right?
What happened? Where are we?
At the Eden Project, in the R&D lab. Merrick is here too, somewhere.
Rand, your body!
The Atlantis Shock Division. It could have gone a lot worse. I'll be fine. I'll be fine.
Where's Merrick? We've got to find him and get out of here.
Not without shutting this place down first.
What are we gonna do, Rand?
Merrick is our first objective. I think I can figure out where they're holding him.
Then what?
Well, we know they're trying to reproduce the tree, but we don't know what they personally hope to gain yet by making mankind immortal.
Boy, they really frezzed up when they brought Rand Galvanic here, didn't they?
Let's hope so. Ooh, hello. This looks promising. Nephilims. Studies indicate that exposure to the artificial extract, Eden Tree 5, enhanced physical structure at the end of granting immortality of the hybrid Homo sapien. Jeez, no.
What, Rand? What's the matter?
We've got to find Merrick. He has to choose. He has to believe, or we'll all be dead within hours.
Why? What is it?
The Eden Project. It isn't for humans.
There he is! We found him!
Okay, controlled. Here we go. Hang on, Merrick.
Where am I? Rand, what happened to you?
I'm fine. Come on, we've got to get you somewhere safe so we can talk.
No, wait. I've been running around too much. I've been playing on your side for too long without really understanding.
That's what we need to talk about. Let's go.
No, Rand. You answer my questions here, or I can't go any further.
All right. Then tell me what you want to know.
I just want to know the truth.
Then ask and learn. The choices you make today will affect thousands of other lives. Make them carefully.
Wait a minute, Yesu, right? Well, it's about time you showed up. You know what? Right now, I don't care about thousands of other lives. I care about one life, mine. I've been getting run all over the world just trying to figure out how to live it. I get that you're all powerful. I get that you're supposed to be mysterious, okay? I get that. But just once, I want to know the truth. No riddles or hidden meanings, no answers that just lead to more questions. I just want the truth. And I don't know how I'm supposed to figure out what that is.
The world would tell you to follow your heart, but I tell you to follow your mind. For I do not exist because of the whim and fancy of my followers. It is not belief in my existence that created me or sustains me. I exist because I am. And though the challenge before you is to accept me by faith, you can see the road paved to me in the evidence I have left mankind.
But where are you right now? Where are you when people are hurting and dying? Where's God when all the evil in the world goes unpunished?
The time for punishment will come, and it will be more just, more terrible than the fevered mind can imagine. But until then, I wait so that more may have the chance to come to me.
But why? You're telling me that you're waiting even for the drac-sucking men here tonight? You're waiting to forgive the men in this world who have raped and killed hundreds, thousands?
I wait for those who have killed millions, Merrick, in the hope that they will come to me for forgiveness and freedom from themselves.
Where's the justice in that? Where is it? If you're so perfect, if you're so holy and above us all, then where's your God Almighty and damning justice? What the dreck is this?
The truth.
Isaiah? How did you... Where are we? Is this another dream?
No. Yesu has decided to give you a gift, and he has sent me as your guide to help you see and understand.
What is that? Way over there in the distance.
That, Merrick, is justice. Let's have a closer look.
Oh, Drac. What did they do to him?
A grisly method for execution, isn't it? Hanging from a wooden beam held only by the iron that punctures your flesh. After hours of excruciating physical torture, you find yourself naked and alone, stripped of all dignity. But this is only what we can see with our eyes. The true punishment, the true wrath of God poured out on Yesu, was in the other realm. Remember that Yesu was an eternal being, bonded to the only, one part of the same whole, the same being, a union so intimate it transcends understanding. For time without measure, this man dying had known nothing else. Even on earth, he retained some link to his eternal existence. But here, hanging in death, something had been done to him. For the first time, the link was broken. Yesu was left alone. And for the sake of justice, he was given the mantle of evil. The sum of all mankind's wickedness in all of eternity had been placed on him, covering him completely. so that when his father looked at him, he did so with disgust and hatred. In response, the only consumed Yesu in another worldly torture. In the spirit realm, insanity tore and ripped at Yesu, shredding the very fiber of his being, damning every part of him. In the invisible world we do not see, he screamed in agony, thrashing helplessly like an infant as he was reduced to nothing. An eternity of pain intended for billions, concentrated in one moment of holy wrath and judgment. You are witnessing a punishment fit for the innumerable, unthinkable crimes of all history. Every one of them was gathered and paid for by him, like a loving father who accepts responsibility for his disobedient child. Though the fault was not his, he suffered the consequences instead of his children. This is the moment over which justice reigns.
But why? He didn't have to do this.
No, but he did. For no other reason than love. Love for me, for David, Rand, and Vincent. Love for Ebony and Claudius Falcor. And love for you, Merrick. He did this for you.
David, what happened? He's unconscious.
I don't know. The power left me and went into him. He's showing him something.
Showing him? He's showing him what?
What Merrick needs to make his choice. All we can do now is wait.
Then while you wait, may I offer you our hospitality? Bring them all to R&D and prepare me for infusion. I hope you gentlemen enjoy the show. You got front row seats to the end of your world.